Namanda.
Congratulations, graduate. Usually we say graduates, but today it's a graduate. Welcome everyone to our baccalaureate service. This year we only have one high school graduate to honor, but she is very special and dear to Konohonganji and to me too. She is none other than Manami Alsbach. So today, Mana, this service is just for you. Again, good morning. I am Darren Katayama. I will serve as your MC. As a reminder to those of you on Zoom, please be sure to mute your mics during the entire service unless you have a speaking part. For those of you here in temple, you may chant and sing while remaining masked. Assisting Reverend Blayne and are Alan Matsumoto, Lynn Katayama, Russell Nishihara, and Morris Nagata, who are providing technical support. Corinne Chong is our organist, and Betty Takeoka will lead us in singing. At this time, please rise and let us start the service with the Vandana and Tea Sarana led by Reverend Blayne. Again, those of you on Zoom, be sure you have muted your mics. Please chant both the Pali and English parts together with Reverend Blayne.
Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namanda, Vutsunamanda, 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 Vutsunamanda.
Please remain standing for an aspiration, which will be shared by Reverend Blayne.
We gather this morning as friends in the Dharma, as fellow travelers along the journey of life. We come together in fellowship to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduate as we send her off on her journey with all our love and best wishes. May every day we walk, guided by the Buddha's teachings, bring us ever closer to the realization of true wisdom and compassion ever present in our lives. We also send our loving kindness to all the victims of the recent mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. May we strive to end the plague of gun violence in our country and work to transform hatred into love. May we always take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows us the way in this life, the Dharma, the way of understanding and love, and the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In trusting in the Buddha of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call the honored name, in gratitude, joy, and awareness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Please be seated. We will now have offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. Oh, and the two. And there are two incense burners up here in the center and to my side. So please use both. Let us now observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namanab, 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 namanab.
Reverend Blayne will now lead us in chanting the sutra verses reaffirming the vows, which can be found on page 117 in the Red Service Book. So this Red Service Book on page 117. Words are on the screen for those of you zooming in.
The Buddha of infinite light and life made vows to embrace all beings equally without exception. These vows promise to create a perfect world where no suffering or evil exists and guides us to supreme awakening. The Ju Seige, or the verses reaffirming the vows, is a poetic summary of the basic intention of the 48 vows made by Amida Buddha to attain supreme enlightenment, to save all who are suffering, and to declare universal salvation through the name Namo Amida Butsu. We chant the words of the Buddha as a reminder of these great vows of compassion made to liberate and to awaken all beings. The verses reaffirming the vows. I have made unrivaled vows and will reach the highest path. If I fail in any way, may I not attain Buddhahood. Should I not provide to all for countless kalpas to come, aid in times of suffering, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will reach enlightenment, but unless my Buddha name resounds throughout the universe, may I not attain Buddhahood. I will practice the noble path, wisely, mindfully, free of greed. Seek to reach the supreme way, be a guide to one and all. May my power shine great light to illumine and dispel the darkness of the three poisons and save all from suffering. With eyes of wisdom, I'll remove the darkness of ignorance. I will close all evil paths, open gates of highest good. When I attain Buddhahood, light will shine throughout all lands, light brighter than sun and moon, outshining all heavenly lights, giving my virtues to all, not forsaking anyone. I will proclaim the Dharma like the roar of a great lion, bowing before all Buddhas, steadfastly gaining virtues, with wisdom fulfilling my vows. I shall be a guide to all, Like the wisdom of my teacher, may my wisdom also shine all throughout the universe and illumine one and all. If I shall fulfill these vows, may all lands tremble with joy. From the heavens, wondrous flowers rain down upon all the lands. Naman Namen. Naman Namen. Naman Namen. Naman Namen. Naman Namen. Naman Namen. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namannavu, 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 namandams, namandams.
Please rise for the song Everybody Was Sutra Chanting, which can be found on page 1 of the orange folders and on the screen as well.
Everybody was sutra chanting. The words were fast as lightning. Sometimes a little bit frightening, but we chant with expert timing. We're diamonds in the rough, the junior YDA. The future is with us. We're pushing for that day. So the Shinshu can be cool. We've got to find a way to make the Dharma fun and live it every day. Everybody was sutra chanting. The words were fast as lightning. Sometimes a little bit frightening, but we chant with expert timing. The Pure Land's what we see, Nembutsu is the way. Follow the Eightfold Path, and you will be okay. The journey will be long, but the Dharma helps me see that all along the way, Amida's embracing me. Everybody was sutra chanting. The words were fast as lightning. Sometimes a little bit frightening, but we chant with expert timing. If you're looking for a place that rocks with harmony, the Junior YDA is the place you gotta be. Come and join our crazy crew, and you will come to see. We're having so much fun. Onganji's the place to be. Everybody was sutra chanting. The words were fast as lightning. Sometimes a little bit frightening, but we chant with expert timing.
Thank you, Betty. Oop. Oh, we have a second song? 2-for-1 special. Let's see. Okay, oh, sorry. Please be seated. As I said, we're experimenting with our new system back there. And I'm kind of thankful because usually I'll be back there, so now they can't blame me. Okay, today we are honored to have as our guest speaker, Ms. Janice Ikeda, Executive Director of Vibrant Hawaii. Vibrant Hawaii is a grassroots organization whose mission is to convene multi-sector groups to advance collective contribution towards a vision of a vibrant Hawaii. Janice contributes her leadership across all Vibrant Hawaii streams, which includes the economy, education, health and well-being, housing coalition, and resilient hubs. Her experience in nonprofit administration was developed during her tenure at Hope Services Hawaii, Hawaii Island United Way, and Aha Punana Leo. She holds a master's degree in organizational leadership from Gonzaga University, a bachelor's degree in communications from the University of Hawaii at Hilo, and associate's degree in information technology from Hawaii Community College. Please welcome Ms. Janice Ikeda.
Aloha kako. Thank you so much for inviting me to share. And congratulations, Manami. When I graduated from high school, I remember feeling overwhelmed and honestly sometimes annoyed with the number of times I was asked what I was going to be and what I was going to do. Desperate to come up with something good, I tried consulting the magic 8-ball. I held it upside down, gave it a good shake, and asked, what am I going to do with my life? Flipped it over, and the answer floated up. Better not tell you now. It was not helpful. That was almost 30 years ago, and questions like time never seem to stop. Except now I'm often asked what I would go back and tell my 18-year-old self. And this is my answer. Embrace the suck. Embrace all the things that you suck at. Intentionally engage in activities that you're not good at or not comfortable with. And I can remember a few years ago, I decided to get a fitness coach and work one-on-one with a coach because one of the things I'm definitely not good at is exercise. And every morning at 6 o'clock, she would put me on different weight machines and I would ask her, how many do I have to do? And she would say, go till failure. And just when I thought I was getting good at pushing that one amount of weight, she would put more weight on. And she would say again, go till failure. And that was the only way that I was able to develop strength. And so similarly, when you embrace the suck and you exercise with people who are stronger than you, and you sit with people who are smarter than you, and you really listen and serve with people who are braver and more humble than you, that is how you grow and that is how you become. Embracing the suck means staying curious to learn from others and being courageous to try something new and fail along the way. Embracing how we suck allows us to remain compassionate with others when they suck. especially when they suck at what we're really, really good at. It keeps us humble and it keeps us together. And this might sound like really weird advice to give my 18-year-old self during graduation, a time to celebrate all that has been learned and accomplished, but it's not weird at all to give this advice during commencement, a beginning, or a start. And you might be thinking, well, okay, but I'm still not sure what I want to be or what I want to do. And so I'd like to share two stories with you. One is inspired by classic literature, and it tells us what to be. And the second is inspired by quantum physics, and it tells us what to do. In Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, there was a scene where the White Queen says, Alice, you cannot live your life to please others. The choice must be yours, because when you step out to face that creature, you will step out alone. I've been sitting with those words, marveling over and over at the heavy and full truth that they hold. The journey of growing up truly is a series of quests, and the only way to fulfill your destiny is to fully embrace it as your own. Your life is your epic adventure. You cannot live your life to please others. What stands out in this phrase is the truth that in an attempt to please others, you're not truly living. Moments and years pass by and you haven't truly lived. Desperately trying and truly living are very different. The first takes energy and the other gives it. I'd like to share my thoughts about the wisdom of the White Queen's statement. First, the choice must be yours. One of my favorite humans, Parker Palmer, describes his own journey to a life of authenticity. He says at one point he realized he was doing a noble job of living someone else's life. Parker was emulating the great heroes, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, both great social justice leaders of the 1950s and 60s. He realized that he could be inspired by people like King and Gandhi, but that didn't mean he had to walk their same path. He ended up redesigning his life in a way that was less about imitation and more about authenticity. The authentic you is not me. The authentic you is not my idea of who you are. The authentic you is you, and you are fabulous and you are imperfect. And in this epic journey of life, you will make mistakes. Let them fully be yours. And you will also experience incredible victories. Let them fully be yours. Second, when you step out to face that creature, the Jabberwock, I've done about 10 minutes of intense Google searching, and I read, according to Wikipedia, that the definition of Jabberwock comes from the Anglo-Saxon word woser, which signifies offspring or fruit. Talking jabber is excited and voluble discussion, and so this would give the meaning, Jabberwock, to be the result of much excited and voluble discussion, which sounds to me a lot like opinions, as in everybody has them. And in life, you'll face all of these opinions all the time. And if you are not resolute, opinions will tempt you to stray from your authentic self. Please don't. The documentary film Finding Joe is a story about Joseph Campbell, the American writer and mythologist who mapped the arc of all stories across time in what we know as the hero's journey. And the film opens like this. Many years ago in Thailand, there was a temple that was called the Temple of the Golden Buddha. And word came to this village, to the monastery, that an army from a neighboring country was going to invade. And they got the brilliant idea that they were going to cover the Golden Buddha with mud and concrete so that the army would perceive no value in it. And it worked. When the army rolled in and passed by the monastery, they saw the stone Buddha and saw that there was no need to plunder it. Years went by as the army continued to occupy the monastery and the village, and no one remembered that the Buddha was golden. Until one day, a young monk sat in front at the feet of the Buddha to meditate. And when he got up, a piece of the concrete chipped away and he saw something shining. And he realized it was gold under there. And he got up and began to call to the others, "The Buddha is golden, the Buddha is golden." And they all came with their picks and hammers and eventually unearthed the golden Buddha. The metaphor in this story is that we are all born golden. We are born connected to love, joy, and bliss. And over time, we hear from other people that we should be this and we should do this. And slowly by slowly, we begin to cover ourselves up with mud and concrete and stone, and we build an armor around ourselves. And years go by, and we begin to believe that we are the stone Buddha and not the golden one. And then something comes along and cracks our casing. I call these moments in life the moments that suck. It's painful, but it knocks off our armor. And in that moment, we look inside and we see gold. And you, Manami, are golden. Alice, you cannot live your life to please others. The choice must be yours, because when you step out, you will face that creature and you will step out alone. Yes, the truth is you will step out alone. You will have to do it, the growing up thing. And there's parts of it that are really, really hard, and you'll have to do it all on your own. But you will never be alone. Your very existence is testament to generations and generations of grit and wit and compassion, determination and excellence. You thrive because your ancestors survived. You carry hundreds and thousands of grandmothers with you. I love what Roshi Joan Halifax wrote in the Upaya newsletter about the concept of Robaishin, or grandmother's heart. You can understand all of Buddhism, but you cannot go beyond your abilities and your intelligence until you have Robaishin, grandmother heart mind, the heart mind of great compassion. A good grandmother doesn't take her life personally. She's not a bystander, but rather one who looks over. She has the heart of equanimity, informed by loving kindness, compassion, and joy in the well-being of others. The kind of grandmother within us offers whatever she can without expecting anything in return. She also has a heart made fierce and brave by adversity, and the four boundless abodes of loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity are her very nature. When Alice goes out to face the Jabberwock, she rides out with the White Queen, the Mad Hatter, and her entire army of comrades. They're all out there in the battlefield fighting off enemies, and that's a lot like real life. We are all fighting our personal battles, growing up a little each day, and fighting to regain or remain in our authenticity despite the opinions that everyone has of us, all together on a great big battlefield of this glorious life we share. And so what are you going to be? Be authentic, be you. Famed mythologist Joseph Campbell wrote, "We must be willing to get rid of the life we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us." I'd like to close with a lesson about love and quantum physics. Years ago, my brother tried to explain quantum physics to me. It did not go well at all. So I was really excited to find a 2-part series of quantum physics on Curiosity Stream. And here's quantum physics in a nutshell. When Edison created the light bulb, no one could explain how it worked. So Einstein set out to provide a scientific explanation. He proposed the quantum theory of light, where light consists of tiny packets of energy or photons. But what is a quantum? A quantum, I learned, is a very, very tiny and acts really weird, and no one really understands it. So it's a lot like children. And the narrator said that there was an epic battle to explain the nature of reality between Einstein and another physicist named Niels Bohr. The theory of Niels Bohr through quantum mechanics suggests that energy is only a potential for reality until it is measured. Only by looking, it is conjured into existence. We are all made up of light, energy, and magic. And given this truth, then what if the Copenhagen interpretation of Niels Bohr is also true? What if only by looking, only by seeing, we are conjured into existence? And this is everything. And this is why when you see someone, it's crucial to make eye contact and say a warm hello. It's so much more than just hello. It is taking the possibility of a person and in that moment bringing into their very existence into reality. And this is why when someone walks into your office and you're busy typing away, you stop and you turn your swivel chair around and you make eye contact and you bring their random particles of possibility into being and light and fullness. And this is why when your genius brother passionately tries to explain quantum physics, you sit down and focus whatever brain cells you can muster. And you listen and nod and smile and say, wow, that's amazing. You're amazing. I don't understand anything you're talking about, but you're cool and you're smart and I love you. And this is why Oprah gave us everything we needed to know when she said, deep down, everyone wants to know, do you see me? Do you hear me? And does what I say matter to you? We are not only made up of matter, we are made to matter. And quantum physics even goes as far as to suggest that we really, really need to matter to be seen and heard in order to truly exist. And so again, what are you going to be? Be seen, be conjured into your existence, be full of light, knowing that you matter. And what are you going to do? Keep your eyes ever open to conjure up the miracle of others. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. That was a really great message. Learned two things. One, I should have named my son Quantum because that's exactly what he's like. And two, I'm going to adopt that, embrace the suck. That's going to be my personal model. Great message. Thank you very much. Reverend Blayne will have a few words.
So I want to thank Janice for coming here today and sharing a message with all of you. I knew that she was the right person to ask to offer a graduation message because she's so inspirational. So maybe most of you don't know, but Janice and I both graduated from Waika High School together back in 1993. So it has been a while. So even though we still kind of look young, yeah? So, but I had I was fortunate to be able to be reintroduced to Janice a few years ago through Vibrant Hawaii, which she's the executive director and I serve on the board. And I've been just astounded and amazed by the great work that she's doing in the community to uplift this community, this island community that we all share. And so, congratulations, Mana. We celebrate your achievements and we send you off on your next adventure with all of our aloha and our best wishes. Over the past 3 years, I've watched you blossom into a beautiful and confident young woman who embodies the very best of who we are as a Sangha. We are so very proud of you. This morning I came across a tweet from my former seminary instructor, the Reverend Dr. Seigen Yamaoka, who said, attaining the goal is not the end because it is the beginning of something new. I found this fitting for this occasion as you graduate from high school and head off to college. I need light. Not that young anymore, yeah. So, like Janice mentioned, I wish that I could assure you that life would always be easy and that it will always go according to plan. However, the truth is that life will often be difficult and unpredictable, and yes, it will suck. But there's also great joy in life. The past several years have been challenging to say the least, but you have succeeded and thrived in the face of adversity because you learned how to adapt to a rapidly changing world. I think the young have way more capacity to adapt than we do, right? The Dharma teaches us that suffering occurs when we cling to the notion of wanting life to be fixed and unchanging. However, despite this wish, the world is undergoing constant change, and we often have little control over what is happening. The ongoing pandemic has brought us face to face with the fundamental truths of impermanence and our limited nature. The Buddha taught that the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, and not to anticipate troubles, but to live wisely and earnestly for the present. We've certainly come to know this teaching intimately as we journeyed through the chaos of the past few years. Living through the pandemic has forced us to slow down and to take stock of our lives. We've had to focus truly on living the present moment, mindfully with compassion and grace for ourselves and others. We learned that we have an enormous capacity for kindness and that we are more resilient than we ever imagined. Just like how a lotus flower rises from muddy waters to bloom beautifully, we also have the ability to transform our suffering we experience into something more. The Buddha shared with us a path of continual becoming. Each moment of our lives is an opportunity to look deep within to better understand the working of our own heart and mind. This is the profound practice of mindfulness that is the life of awakening. So we take this moment to offer our praise and gratitude for the unfolding of life and all of its beautiful complexities, its contradictions, to live in the spirit of putting our hands together in reverence and gratitude for all that enables us to live and for everything that we experience. As we go through life, we discover that true growth and learning happens only when we are pushed to the edge of our comfort, that we learn the most from our struggles and our failures. The Buddha struggled for 6 years before sitting under the Bodhi tree to discover the truth within himself. Shinran Shuning, the founder of Jodo Shinshu, studied and practiced for 20 years before realizing his own failures and how he was ultimately embraced by Amida Buddha's infinite love and compassion. When we perceive our challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, we discover our inner strength and our ability to persevere and to thrive. The Dharma teaches us how to fully experience life in the here and now, that each moment is perfect and unrepeatable, that each new day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to share. Each of us has a light within that needs to be kindled, and when we take the time to cultivate that internal light, we are able to share who we are and our gifts with the world. When we open ourselves up to what life truly, or what life is actually offering, rather than what we want it to offer, a world of opportunity awaits. Every challenge and every setback makes us better and leads us to where we are meant to be. There is no timetable. Life unfolds as it wills and as it needs to. Trust in that. Trust in yourself. The Dharma teaches us how to become true and real human beings, to always strive to live up to our fullest potential and to live our lives in service to others. That is the point of being human. We are imperfect beings that are capable of such love, beauty, compassion, if we only try. And we should always be mindful of our capacity for the exact opposite, and as we see so often in our world today. So a few things to keep in mind as you begin your journey. Life is filled with beginnings and endings because it is constantly changing and evolving. There are no perfect answers, but rather only better answers for the situations we find ourselves in. There are lessons in everything we experience that allows us to grow as individuals. And ultimately, we should live without fear or hesitation, but with a clear-eyed optimism and resolve. Wherever you go, and whatever you do, simply rely on the Dharma as your guide and trust in the love of your family and in the compassion of the Buddha. They will empower you to meet any challenge you encounter along this amazing journey that we call life. In closing, I'd like to leave you with a song that sums up my wish for you. You can turn to the monitors.
I hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. I hope when the water rises, you build a wall. I hope when the crowd screams out, screaming your name. I hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay.
I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know is give it all you have. And hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain.
I hope when the moment comes, you'll say,
I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. And when that sun goes down, hope you raise your cup. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all.
I owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived. Whatever you wanna do, I'll be here right next to you. No matter what comes your way, I know it'll be okay. Whatever you wanna do, I'll be here right next to you. No matter what comes your way, I hope that you can say I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. With every broken bone, I swear I lived. Oh, I swear I lived.
I lived.
Oh, I did it all.
I did it all.
I did it all.
Oh,
I swear I lived.
The love of your Sangha, of our Sangha, goes with you wherever your journey leads. May you always walk in the light of great wisdom and compassion. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Thank you, Reverend Blayne. At this time, we would like to do some presentations to honor our graduate, Manami Alsbach. Mana has been attending Kono Honganji since she was an infant, which seems like so long ago. We have seen her blossom and grow into an outstanding student at school, in the community, and at Kono Honganji. She makes us all so very proud. So first, I'd like to call on Reverend Blayne and Kyodan President Linda Nagai for a presentation from the Kyodan.
That we can help, and if you too are interested in helping out, as she
I have to
continues kind of
ditto
so,
what Darren says.
there is
I got competition this morning. Okay, I have to ditto what Darren said. I have seen Mana. In fact, Mana and my granddaughter, who is a year younger, kind of came to Dharma school together when, whenever she'd come from my. But to see them like this, and then now they're like this. Congratulations. I know you're going to go a long way. And congratulations getting into Keio. I know it's one of the best universities in Japan. And I love Japan, and it's really an honor for you to go there. On behalf of the Kyodan, and which includes Dharma School, YBA, and everything else, congratulations. And if you'd like to come up, we'd like to present you with a little gift.
Next, representing the Buddhist Women's Association will be Linda Nagai and Claudia Chang.
You see, the music's not going to upscale me. All right. On behalf of the Buddhist Women's Association, and we actually have two. Mana has received two scholarships, one from the Konohonganji Buddhist Women's Association, and also from our United Island, Big Island, Hawaii Island United Buddhist Women's Association. The Hawaii Island United gives two scholarships out every year to deserving seniors, and Mana was one of them that received it. So she is receiving two awards from our BWA. Congratulations.
Betty Takeoka will do a presentation from Dharma School.
I'll be calling up our Dharma School students who are here today. to join me in this presentation, and also calling up Mana's Mama Maki. Mana, would you just come forward, please? Yes, Mana has been coming to Dharma school from the time she was, I think, still in her mommy's tummy. Then she emerged and she's been with us ever since, making us so very proud, being, participating in everything basically that Dharma school did, activities, Gotha Fest, and trying so hard to win that quiz bowl, which we finally succeeded. Yahoo! With Jana and with Uncle Darren, so it was a wonderful journey, Mana. And we are so very proud for you, happy for you for all your accomplishments, but also sad that you'll be leaving our Dharma school. But we wish you well. Okay, let's go.
Last but not least, Lynn Katayama and Lisa Nakashima will do a presentation from the Junior YBA. Oh yeah, sorry. Lisa Siriako. Embrace the suck.
Mana, you have been with our YBA so many years. You're our last student this year. We don't have anybody in YBA. And you are also our Federation president, right? So we will be honoring you at convention next month with all the other graduates. But we are so proud of you, all you've accomplished and all you've done for the Sangha. So we love you and we're gonna miss you.
Hey, Mana, awesome job. See, too good when you have one service dedicated just to you. Okay, at this time, can you please say a few words and let us know your plans and aspirations and everything that Janice said you're tired of answering 5 million times, but one more time.
Years of being MC has paid off that I can come up and just do this. Thank you for your message. Embrace the suck. My mom will tell you I'm a very big Friends fan of the TV show. And in one of the first episodes, they say to one of their friends, "Oh, welcome to the real world. It sucks." So that's the first thing that came to mind. Thank you very much. I'll keep it in mind always. So starting fall my flight is August 29th. So very scary booking a one-way ticket because it's like, oh, I'm not coming back. And I probably won't come back for about 2 years because Japanese people love Japan, so the flights are so expensive. But I really look forward to it. I'm going to be attending Keio University, like Auntie Linda said earlier, and I will be majoring in architecture. And eventually, I hope to come back here and maybe create my own firm, but who knows, high hopes. But I do want to come back to Kona someday, but I really owe a lot to Kona Honganji, so thank you very much.
See, and thank you, Mana, and thank you to all the presenters too. Margaret Masunaga will now lead us in the unison reading of our pledge, which can be found on the handouts, the laminate, oh, the little hand.
Okay, so this is our pledge. If you could join me. Reaching out to others, I will share a smile and gentle words, just like the Buddha who always calls out with aloha. Breaking away from my greed, anger, and ignorance, I will try to live in peace and harmony, just like the Buddha who shares tranquility and kindness with all. Moving forward with self-centeredness, I will share life of joy and sorrow with others, just like the Buddha whose caring heart always embraces us. Realizing that I live because of others, I will strive to live life to the fullest with an attitude of gratitude, just like the Buddha who promises to enhance us all. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. We will now have the presentation of the offertory. Please rise as we will conclude the service with the singing of the Gatha Nembutsu.
Namandav, 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 namandav.
Please be seated. This concludes today's baccalaureate service. Here are some announcements. Upcoming schedule of, oops, was that me? Upcoming schedule of online services and events. Reverend Blayne sent out a Kono Honganji weekly update email on May 13th. Please check your email and be sure to read it for upcoming services, useful information, and reminders. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so listed in the weekly updates are links to resources. There are also interesting virtual links for digital Dharma learning and a host of online Buddhist education events. Included also are preschool employment opportunities and important COVID vaccination information with links to many websites. Our next hybrid service will be held next Sunday, May 22nd. We will be observing Gotane or Shinran Shonen's birthday, sponsored by the Shinwakai. The service will begin at 10 a.m. Guest speaker will be Reverend Masanari Yamagishi, Minister of North Hawaii Temples, who will be sharing a message via Zoom. As the Shinwakai president, please all come next week to our event. On Sunday, June 12th, a hybrid military remembrance service will be held at 10 a.m. The service will be sponsored by Boy Scout Troop 59 and will honor those in the Kona community who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in service to our country. In-person guest speaker will be Honorable Judge Robert Kim. Normally in early June, the Obon Festival is held at Kyoho Shopping Center to kick off the Obon season. However, regretfully, for the third year in a row, it will not be held once again due to the COVID situation. Reminders, bags of frozen chili are still available. Also, 125th anniversary merchandise items, the cookbooks, clocks, and insulated grocery bags are available for sale. You may purchase them today or anytime by calling or stopping by the office. Are there any other announcements?
Good morning. I just want to say thank you for very heartwarming, touching service for my daughter. She is kind of unusual. Now, modern days, she's raised by community, especially this Sangha. In Japanese, we say otera no ko. You guys are all my family, and I couldn't do this without your help. And Jenny, thank you so much. Very good message for her departure. And Darren, thank you very much for being MC. And YBA, Lisa, and Lynn, and Alan, Uncle Joey, thank you very much supporting her, guiding her. I'm too close to her. I'm just trying to forming her for my ideal child. But you guys have a little distance and then watching her and then smiling and nodding and supporting, just full support. She was very comfortable. And it was very important for her to have a safe, comfortable place. My family is in Japan, and again, I couldn't do this by myself. And thank you, Sensei, and thank you, Betty, for the Dharma school teaching. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing her with us. I think we were the ones received the most blessings. Any other announcements? Reverend Blayne? Okay. Once again, congratulations, Mana, on your achievements. You know, we're supposed to end now, but I do want to, before closing, I want to share, you know, taking the MC privilege, a story about Mana. I think Mana knows which one this is. It's my favorite story. So, you know, if you've, you know, I've seen your journey, as everybody has, from a little girl up to the beautiful young woman you are today. And, you know, we're all so very, very proud. But, you know, she's not only talented, she does hula dancing, other performances. She's the state federation president of our junior YBA. I mean, she's perfect. Well, 99.9% perfect. You know, as her kind of like a Hanite uncle, I like to share this story. And, you know, it's a little bit embarrassing, but hey, that's what uncles are for, right? As Betty mentioned, one year we did win the quiz bowl, but the 2018 Dharma School Quiz Bowl, remember the one in Kamuela? Kona's team was Mana and Jana. I was only there for moral support because I wouldn't answer any questions for them. So they were on their own. And that year, the questions are really tough, right? We're kind of struggling. So here comes a question. What do we call the offering of incense, right? So Mana says, I got it. And her eyes were like really firm and just really like, you know, right there. She says, I got it. And she confidently answers, Osenko. I was like, Osenko? what the heck is Osenko? You meant Oshoko, right? So we lost that round. But there are two very important things that I was so grateful for. First and foremost, I'm on this team and we're having lots of fun. Right? It's all, winning and losing, whatever, but we're having so much fun. I was just cracking up at that answer. And so it was a really, really good time. And number two, from that event, I told Mana at my funeral, she will lead the Osenko, and that will be perfection. So, but no kidding, this is my favorite story. All the decades I've been at Konohamachi, this is my favorite. So thank you again, Mana, for letting me be a part of this chapter of your life. Can't wait to see how the rest unfurls. So you'll always carry this Konohonganji Ohana with you. We're always going to be interconnected. So, and again, don't forget my celebration of life, you're doing the Osenko. Okay. I guess this concludes the service. Those of you on Zoom, you're welcome to stay on for a short talk story session with anyone, one person at a time, by unmuting your mics during the virtual fellowship time. If you are ready to leave, just tap or click on the leave meeting button on your screen. Those of you here in person, refreshments will be served in the conference room, and they are really good refreshments. I saw some of them, so please partake. Thank you to the Junior YBA and Lynn Katayama and Lisa Siriaco for providing the refreshments. Thank you for joining us and hope to see you next Sunday for Gotanya service.